Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice, and today we're watching Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 2. In the last episode, we really focused on Rengoku. I loved that entire introduction and setup episode for him as a character and also for the Mugen arc. I think it did a lot of things really well. It told the story of why the Mugen Train disappearances and murders were so rampant and why we needed to investigate now. It really got across the necessity and the urgency of this in a way that I'm not quite sure I got from the finale of season 1 or from the beginning of the Mugen Train movie either. So I really enjoyed that setup part of it, like in the noodle shop with Rengoku and one of the Demon Slayers he was talking to. I thought that was great. I also liked how it showed a conductor being murdered, so we know it's not just disappearances, murders too. I thought it was great. I love how it showed Rengoku as a very kind and selfless person, and he really puts everyone ahead of himself, every single person. And I also liked how we got a little insight at the end of the episode on how the other Hashira view him, and they all seem to love him, which makes his death that much more tragic. But overall, I really loved that episode. I think parts of it would have been great to have in the movie itself, but I'm just really looking forward to see what new content is added. I'm very curious about that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and now I can recognize that girl. Okay, so far just straight from the movie. I do love the added context to what he's eating right now, though. It's the bento that the family made. And that's why he had so many, too. Like, yep, there's the train conductor. Or the ticket puncher. I don't know what his name is. See, it's just another act of kindness. He and Tanjiro are very similar in that aspect, that they're both very, very kind. I can't believe Inosuke was right about this being like the beast and you're in the belly of the beast, because it does become one. Great foreshadowing on their part. Nope. You should become my apprentice. I wish this happened. So I didn't mention it in the movie reaction, but I wonder if, because nobody has ever heard of the dance that his father did, if Tanjiro's father just created it on his own and created a new like subsection of flame breathing called fire breathing. He's crazy. I love it. It's so funny that Zenitsu has to be responsible. I said it in my movie reaction, but it's funny seeing him like that. And also initially when I was watching the movie, I thought this guy was being controlled by the demon. And I also never noticed like how many people in the background were asleep, just because it's normal to sleep on a train. So it never stood out to me that maybe it's too many people are asleep. Yeah, he just doesn't even care. He's lost the will. And this thing is ugly as ever. He is cool. I'm glad I get to see him in action again. Even if it's the same action. Oh, like look at this. So cool. The way it explodes. Yeah, this one's pretty disgusting too, but you know, there's another one even more disgusting to come. He's so good. Good at his job, good at saving people, good at killing demons. It's a shame, really. Two down, one to go. Oh, it's the dream time. This is so sad how this demon preys on human emotion. I still hate that. Dream. So that's the demon's name. Yeah, and this time they set up the characters in the last episode too, so it makes sense. In the movie, I think they felt like they came out of nowhere. It's really just tragic all around. You're willing to hurt people, kill people even, if it means you get your happy dream. I'm really curious if there's going to be any extra content within his dream. It's such a cruel thing to do, to trap him in a reality that isn't real, but it feels real. And it's a reality he would never want to leave. Honestly, this demon's ability, the demon art power that they were blessed with, they could have really utilized it better. Like, they utilized it pretty well, but I'll talk about it again in the scene where I think they could have utilized it better. They were just too confident. I really like this kid's voice. I don't know who the voice actor is, but I like it a lot. And the dream does a really good job of mimicking the personalities of the people. Like, I assume it's because they're taking it from memory, right? Since it's all in Tanjiro's head. He's drowning. And that was Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 2. That episode, I think, was pretty much one-to-one with the movie. I didn't notice anything that could have been a change or an added scene. But let me know in the comments down below if I did miss something that was added to this episode that was not in the movie, because I'd love to know. So one thing I did want to talk about real quick before we end is that the dream ability. I said that they didn't utilize it in the best way that they could, and that is because they basically, they made it convoluted. Once you put a person to sleep, they can't wake up. So why are you sending in children to destroy the core to kill the person when you could easily just walk over to the person and tear out their heart? Because you're a demon. You can do that. You can even slit their throat. You can kill them. They're not going to react unless you're Rengoku, which we know he reacts to save himself in his mind. So his body would probably react to an attack on it himself too. But the others, I don't know if their body would react in the same way that Rengoku's did. They didn't for the subconscious, like bits of it, so I don't believe they would for a physical attack. So that's what I'm saying when I say like it wasn't utilized in the best way. I'm not talking about the concept of the power, I'm talking about the demon and how they used the power, because that is such a good power, and that demon really could have just killed all the enemies once they fell asleep. Just kill them. Why do you have to go into their mind to kill them? I don't get that part. It feels like that's an extra step that isn't needed, unless maybe you're Rengoku, who did defend himself. But again, you could kill the other three, and you want to kill the demon slayers, so why wouldn't you just do that? I think it's because the demon, the lower one demon, has way too much confidence in their own abilities and their own planning, and also they just really like to use people and spread their cruelty towards others. So having these kids do this awful thing, it like brings joy to the demon because they know that they're causing this? I don't know. I just know that this particular demon is obsessive and loves cruelty on humans, so I think it makes sense that maybe they were blinded by their own need to foster that cruelty. And so instead of, once the demon slayers are asleep, just kill them, tear out their heart. Like, without their heart, they can't survive. So I don't know, I just think they must have had too much fun planning this, and they wanted to, I don't really know what they wanted. But that's just like a thought that I had after watching Mugen Train. But it was like days later that it just popped into my head. I was like, why didn't the demon just, kill them? But I'm really curious if there is an actual answer, if one of you can provide that to me, because I would love that. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please give a like and subscribe, and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye! Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice, and today we are watching Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 3. In the last episode, our characters fell into a deep sleep, and now they are trying to wake up. I'm very curious how this episode will be different from the movie, if this episode will contain any added scenes or any added dialogue, so I'm really excited to start watching. So without further ado, let's get into it.
精神の核を破壊すればいいんだよ。殺すのも簡単。
Right, but can't you just kill them anyway? You can just go down and slit their throat, carve out their heart, and they're dead. Unless they're Rengoku, who can actually probably fight against that. But I don't think the others can. Yeah, I don't know, I just find it really unnecessary that these kids have to be the one to kill the spiritual core inside each of them. But the good thing about rewatching this is that now I can try and analyze the dreams a bit more of Zenitsu and Inosuke. So Zenitsu obviously harbors feelings for Nezuko. I didn't think they were that serious though. I love her face. I still don't know what animal Tanjiro is supposed to be. At first I thought a squirrel, then raccoon, but none of those fit. Yeah, and the train is still the monster. This is such foreshadowing for the train actually becoming the monster. Like, this show did a great job with that, with Inosuke believing it to be the beast, and then having his dream also show it as a beast. And then it becomes a beast. And honestly, I'm still confused about Rengoku's dream, because the dreams are supposed to make them want to stay there in that moment. And this is not a good dream. Like, it's not a good experience Rengoku had, so why would it, like, it wouldn't have a hold on him, because it's not giving him what he wants. It would be different if his father had a positive reaction instead, so maybe he would want to stay in that moment, because it's usually not positive, but the dream in Rengoku's case is reality. But the others, it's not. It's very interesting.
父上は喜んでくれましたか？俺もチラになったら父上に認めてもらえるでしょうか？
昔からああではなく鬼殺隊で柱にまでなった父だ。情熱のある人だったのに突然剣士をあんなにも熱心に俺たちを育ててくれていた人がなぜ。
I do wonder what happened to his father too that made him change his mindset so drastically.
千次郎はもっとかわいそうだろう。物心つく前に病死した母の記憶はほとんどなく。
And now I'm curious what happened to his brother, because we know he wanted to be a demon slayer. So did he become one? Will he be introduced now? Now that his brother is gone? Well, now that Rengoku is gone. You guys know what I mean.
しかしそんなことで俺の情熱はなくならない。お前は俺とは違う。お前には兄がいる。兄は弟を信じている。どんな道を歩んでも
He was so kind
お前は立派な人間になる。燃えるような情熱を胸
and
に
so supportive
頑張ろう。
of everyone.
頑張って生きていこう。寂しくとも
俺の作った縄はつなげた者の夢に侵入できる特別な術なんだ。
I'm curious how he made the rope too that allowed the children to go into the dream.
眠ってしまえば柱だろうが何だろうが赤子と同じ。
そんなに焦って振り下ろす必要はない。肩の力を抜いて。
こ
本体がいる。気づかれないようにしないと。夢の端まで。
俺が見せる夢の世界は無限ではない。夢を見ているものを中心に円形となっている。夢の外側には無意識の領域があり、そこに精神の核が存在する。それを破壊しろ。
早くこいつの精神の核を破壊して、私も幸せな夢を見せてもらうんだ。
It's so cruel what this demon is doing to these kids.
変な無意識領域燃えてる。急がないと。
I know we saw his in Tanjiro's. We never saw Inosuke's or Zenitsu's then.
赤いのを初めて見た。これを壊せば私も。
See, Rengoku's so good. Just subconsciously protecting himself. Oh, that's so cool. You could see the imprint of his hand on her neck while she was in the subconscious.
術に落ちている時は人間は動くことができないはずなのに。
You thought wrong. And this is the part where he realizes, or at least he starts to realize, that Nezuko isn't there. That something's off.
何を言ってるんだ。
兄ちゃんおかえり。おかえりなさい。
あれ、禰豆子は？
姉ちゃん山に山菜取りに行ってるよ。
昼間なのに？
ねなの？
Yeah, his brain is trying to reconcile that Nezuko, who he knows that's a demon, is out in the sunlight.
とばかり言ってしま
And he doesn't even understand himself why he said it. It's creeping in,
う。俺
trying to get him to realize.
違いか。
I like this scene a lot too, because we know they're all drowning,
起きろ！
and Tanjiro is still fighting.
起きろ！攻撃されてる！夢だ！これは夢だ！目覚めろ！起きて戦え！戦え！
I really thought when I was first watching the movie that that was going to be the moment that he actually woke up on the train.
目覚めていない。夢の中だ。どうすれば出られる？各夢だと気づけたのに、どうすればいいんだ？起きないと。
She's so cute. Poor Nezuko. I love her power. I love that it's her power that really kicks him into gear, that makes him realize Nezuko is still there, still needs him.
禰豆子！覚醒してる。行かないと。
It's such a hard decision because this is everything he's ever wanted, his family alive,
俺に夢を見せてる鬼が近くにいるな。
but it's not real.
早く見つけて切らなければ。
お兄ちゃんどこ行くの？
This power is just so good at manipulating people.
ここにいたいな。ずっと振り返って戻りたいな。本当ならずっとこうして暮らせていたはずなんだ。
This is really such a good test
ここで
and a testament to his
本当
character.
ならみんな今も元気で。
He's strong enough to leave all of this
日の
behind.
光の中で青空の下で本当ならもう俺は失った。戻ることはできない。
That's gotta hurt.
ごめんなロクタ。もう一緒にはいられないんだよ。だけどいつだって兄ちゃんはお前のことを思っているから、みんなのこと思っているから、どんな時も心はそばにいる。
早く精神の核を破壊しなければ。
He seems so resigned to it. Like he doesn't want to do this. I do love the contrast of Tanjiro's subconscious with Rengoku's. completely different. Tanjiro's is so serene and tranquil and peaceful.
手こずってるな。どうしたのかな。まだ誰の核も破壊できてないじゃないか。
Well, if it was so easy, why didn't you do it?
いない。匂いはするんだ。かすかに。でもなんだこれは。膜がかかっているようだ。どうすれば。
炭治郎
This is an interesting scene here.
刃を持て
Like, this is not part of the dream.
もうある
There's something you must cut. Like, the dream wouldn't tell him how to get out because the purpose of the dream is to keep him there. So my theory from watching the movie and right now is that that is the spirit of his father helping him in this moment.
目覚めるために。
The spirit of his family has helped him and Nezuko multiple times throughout the series. So it makes sense that this was his father actually helping him.
夢の中の出来
and
事が
not the
現
dream.
実にも影響する場合、取り返しが
This is still so crazy to me.
迷うな。やれ。
Oh, the strength you have to have for
夢の中の
this.
死が現実につながる。つまり
I'd be too scared.
知るのは自分の
I can't believe
首だ。
And that's how they end the episode. Wow. And that was Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 3. Good episode. It seemed to be, again, a one-on-one from the movie. I didn't notice anything extra, but again, let me know in the comments down below if I did miss an extra scene or an extra dialogue. I'm recording relatively soon after watching the movie, so I think I would have picked up on something if there was a change, but just in case I didn't, let me know. I want to talk about the dream a bit. Zenitsu's dream is very indicative of who he is as a person. He likes women. He has a crush on Nezuko right now. It was shown in his dream that that's what he wants. He wants Nezuko to be with him and he wants to do fun things with her. And of course, that dream is going to keep him there because he's not going to want to leave because in the real world, he's not with Nezuko. He can't do fun things in the sun with her. And right now where he is, it's better than reality. And then of course with Inosuke, he wants to have fun. He wants to go on adventures. He wants to slay the monster. And so in his dream, that's what he's doing. And he's doing it with his friends, which I love. I love that he cares about the group of people he's with right now. Like he has formed a bond with them and he wants them to be on his adventures, on his journey. So of course he wants to stay in it because he wants to slay the monster. He wants to defeat the train beast. He's not going to want to wake up until he completes his goal within the dream. Tanjiro, he gets his family back alive. Of course he isn't going to want to leave the dream. Rengoku, I feel like his dream was more of a memory and it wasn't completely a positive one. His dream was him telling his father the news that he's a Hashira, and his father just did not care. He wasn't proud of him. He didn't really want to talk about it. He's just so disillusioned with Demon Slayers as a whole that he can't even like muster up anything to praise his son, even look at him. And so it's like, why would Rengoku want to stay there if it's a bad memory? It's reality. It's not a fake fantasy where his father is so happy and so proud of him. So of course he would want to stay in that moment if so, but that's not the case. So I thought it was very interesting that they chose that as Rengoku's dream. And the only thing I can think of is the part with his little brother where he is so kind and supportive of his little brother, assuring him that if he becomes a Hashira, if he becomes a Demon Slayer, like it's gonna be a completely different situation because you have an older brother who cares and actively wants to support you in anything you do, even if it's not becoming a Demon Slayer. So I guess that's what keeps him in the dream, but it doesn't seem to be enough for me. I mean, for Inosuke and Zenitsu and Tanjiro, all of their dreams are not reality, so they want to stay there. But Rengoku's dream is reality. It's a memory. And so what makes him want to stay in it? Maybe he doesn't realize it's a dream, so he's just going through the motions because he's just replaying the memory in his head, he feels like, maybe. But I think there's such a contrast between his dream and the three others that it doesn't quite make sense to me because I don't see how that dream could really keep him there. Like there's nothing in that dream of Rengoku's that would manipulate him to make him stay there. I don't know, just something I picked up on that I just wanted to talk about a little bit. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please give a like and subscribe and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!